Hey guys, it's Jeff from TFF here, just doing another deck profile. We got the third place winner, Jase.
Hey guys, so I played with Aggro today.
Yep.
So I was expecting a bit more warrior, so I thought let's go even bigger.
Oh yeah.
So you got to play 3 Gigantes
Pretty good, pretty good.
and 3 Goblins. These are just Goblins are just so much fun.
Such a good beat stick.
Yeah, it's you can. So the main goal of this deck is it's almost like a burn deck, except with instead of trap cards for burning, you're trying to burn them with monsters. So even if Goblin dies, you can bring out Gigantes, just keep pushing.
Yep. And Gigantes has that like heavy storm effect as well.
Yeah, I went for 3 DD Assailants.
Oh, okay. Yep.
DD Warrior Lady, Lily, Exiles, good one.
Pretty like staple in Earth-based decks.
1 level 2.
Yep.
2 more staples, Breaker and Tribe.
Oh yeah.
And I chose to do 2 Kaikus.
Oh, okay.
They're not Earths, but expecting a lot more Chaos.
Oh yeah.
And they do work in the mirror, because they can trade over an Assailant, just push into a Goblin. I know some people like rats, but versus Chaos, I feel like this is just so much stronger.
Okay. Yep.
And it kind of does make sense with what I chose for the traps as well. But I'll show you the spells quickly.
Yep.
So that's the 17 monsters. And spells are pretty standard, so we've got some of the staples.
Snatch.
I did go 1 Smashing Ground, Heavy MST, 2 Nox, Trinity, Ram, and 2 Rotters.
Oh yeah. So
I'm kind of running 19 monsters with 2 Revival, 21 monsters or so.
yep.
So you do, versus compared to Warrior, you are hit with Dust Shoot more. That's probably one disadvantage. Smashing Ground's important because you have to out-spy. So that's the thing that can really wall you.
Oh, okay. But if, so as in like when they've already resolved their effect?
Yeah.
Okay.
So even if they have 2 spies up and you have to smash 1, like you are technically going neg, but you need to be able to clear them to win, because you don't play a long game. So these cards, they can go neg, but they outspy.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's more important than trying to plus off them.
Yeah.
Something that I might experiment with though is like a ninja grandmaster to kill
Just
them.
like attack. Yeah.
Yeah, just to clear them that way, but you don't want to run too much off attribute.
Yeah.
So traps, I went for 3 Dust Tornado.
Okay. Yep.
So it's nice for setting up call. But I don't like Snatch Steal against me, especially running 3 DD Assailants, because as soon as you have Assailant or Warrior Lady and another monster, they can snatch 1, crash into the other. So you need to stop that.
Makes sense.
Even game 1, like I try and combine them with Trap Dust Shoots, which is probably the best card in the format.
Yep. Like everybody, I think's now starting to come back to Dust Shoots.
Yeah, they can. Like, yes, you can brick with them, but the information's just so strong, especially in a deck like this, which is trying to win with your opening hand. So I did play some defense as well. Ring, Mirrors, Saku. Not main TT.
Just because you don't want to remove your monsters on your board?
Yeah, it's so TT is good against control. It's good against aggro. Against CT though, I only really care about maybe to Sook coming down some of my guys. So it just feels better to like summon a Kaiku, set a Saku behind it in the early game rather than TT.
Makes sense.
And I did run a final attack orders.
Hey.
So this is so much fun. So it kind of fills a gap where instead of a second Smashing Ground or a second Saku, I got final attack, kind of does everything. So if they summon to Tsukiyomi, flip Kaiku face down and attack,
Yep.
I can final attack, and this goes to attack position.
Does it go back, face up?
Yeah.
So what does the
So
card
Jasuke
actually
attacks
do?
it. So all face-up monsters are changed to attack position.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But when Jasuke attacks his face down, it's flip face up, goes to attack, and then you do damage calculation.
Oh, okay. That's so weird. As
And-
interaction.
Yeah, and there was actually a time when I had a goblin in defense,
Yep.
which happens a lot. They summon Sinister Serpent, attack it, and final attack orders, and they take 2,000,
That's crazy.
which was just MVP. So I felt a bit more comfortable running 2 Kaiku with this because
Yeah.
it puts their spies to attack, and then Kaiku can do battle damage, banish to the grave.
Oh, that's so sick. So, okay, so that's how you outspies as well with. Yep.
Yep, so this was another spy out. I only ran 1 because you don't need to draw it to win. But, so if you draw it early, great. If you don't, well, you do have to have monsters with it. If you run 2 and you draw 2, that's just the worst case scenario. And I never want to draw 2 of them.
No, that's fair.
One's fine.
And you can set it up with Dust Tornado as well. Just
Yep.
so it's actually kind of
Yeah,
cool.
so the triple dust tornado I like is you don't have to play into a heavy storm.
Yeah.
Especially with Call the Horned, I really want to dust a back row set call and then use it later.
Yeah.
So playing around heavy storm is important. You're not running solemns, so
So you can.
you're very monster heavy. You're very just like sometimes in this deck you have to just run into a TT mirror. Like, is if you get through, you win the game, but if you don't, yeah, that's Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's fair.
The side,
There's no extra deck for this, right? No.
there is no extra deck.
That's
No access for extra, unfortunately. There's been some empty jar players around, so I fit him in.
Yeah.
He is also an Earth. I was running one Archer, which is a warrior, and it's against burn you can clear the Ajama tokens.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So unlock your board. It's decent against them. I ran one Cypher Soldier for Warrior, Mirror. Only one because against the Earth Aggro Mirror, you only really have like 6 warriors that are attacking into it anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm not running rats, so I felt one Gorilla was better
Oh, okay. Yep.
as my other option. So I like bringing this in because anyone that's side Cypher Soldier, I can attack over it with Gorilla.
Yep.
So that's just another beater. 2 Wangu. I was playing 3, but there's been so many times where it has, like, even against control or any deck that this is good against, they're still setting monsters, and I hate that it conflicts with level 2 and Exiled. So there's a lot of times when
That's rough.
I still want the Floodgate access, but I don't want to just go turn 1, play Wangu, and just...
I mean, in
and
terms
then
of
I can't use these if they just set a monster.
with Exile Force and King Tiger, can you like prio the effect?
So this will trigger as Chain Link 1 and take the priority away.
Oh, okay. Yep.
The and also people do side in like Zombrias sometimes, so Wangu does get killed by Zombrias, Kaikus.
Yeah.
I mean, you can play free, but I felt like if I draw this card and I don't want to just slam it, then it's a 2-of. 1 Mobius, again for like aggro, so kind of have a few options there to bring in the mirror match or against warrior. Brain control, it works as a burn strategy. A walk, so another way to help against burn here.
Yep.
And then the traps, 2 Saku, TT. Didn't main it, but it's still great to have in year 55.
Yep.
2 evac for control, for empty jar, for monarch. Didn't really get to use it well against Monarch, but idea's there. They brain control, soul exchange, creature swap, and you can evac. And also you can use it to put damage in, reset a goblin,
Yep.
and one magic cylinder.
Magic cylinder. Yeah, 100%. Did you actually side the cylinder at any point?
I didn't play against aggro to bring it in, so I always
okay.
bring in Saku first, and
Yep.
if I have room, cylinder.
Yep.
This is still the priority card. It's still, I just thought instead of a widespread, I'll bring in a cylinder because I am playing aggro. And also, the matches are really quick, 40 minutes before going to time. And I felt like I was pretty prepared for time. So I had a lot of good options. I had a walk, I had an archer, I had a magic cylinder. So I felt like going into time, I was pretty comfortable.
Yeah. Did you actually go into time at any games?
Nearly went to time once or twice, but was able to finish the match with like 5 minutes to go.
Oh, okay.
But could have got there. I mean, this deck is extremely aggressive. It's a more aggressive warrior deck, which it has to be because you're not running BLS. So you don't generally go to time, but 40 minutes is still quick.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Is there anything that you would change up in your deck?
There's so many ways to play this and experiment with this. So, you can have flips on the side. Maybe Neko Main King. I didn't see any empty jars, so maybe don't need him. From the Compulse, the Evacs, I'm still experimenting.
Yeah.
So there's still stuff here to play with. The final attack orders in the main. Does it belong on the side? It depends how much aggro there is.
I think it's still fine in terms of the main, because it's only the once-off.
It's only a one-off, yes.
Yeah. It's
So at this stage, there's not too much to change. I've got like extra, like a main king come out, and then I've got like an extra slot here.
Yeah.
I do like, I like the deck. It's done well, and it'll be interesting to see if I think of anything different to do.
No, that's fair enough. Thanks a lot for the deck profile, and for those that are watching, please like and subscribe.